Hello everyone, welcome. So today we'll be doing an online lesson on how are you going to be tackling essay writing. All right? Okay, so now the first thing is I would like all of you to have your notebooks, okay? Because you will be taking down a lot of notes. All right? And make sure you're in a quiet environment so that you can actually hear what I'm trying to teach you tonight. Okay? So, without further ado, let's begin our lesson. Now, before we go into our lesson tonight, I would like to suggest that we have a chat session going on, and please make sure you use this chat session to ask questions. Okay, so we will be having a Q&A question after we have completed everything, and I will try my best to answer all your questions. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so as you know, I've already told you that you need your laptop or your mobile with you. And of course, the most important thing is your notebook. Okay? And yes, the quiet environment. So today we'll be looking into how are you going to be tackling your essay writing section. Okay? So let's start. Now, first things first. Okay? So how are you going to be writing your essay? Now, where do you find all these questions? And what is so great about this question? Okay, the first thing is you need to know that those who are sitting for your UPSR examination, I know you don't have it this year, but next year you do have it and you still will need to do it later on also. Okay, so you have this in your English language writing paper, okay, or you know this as kertas penulisan bahasa Inggris, and it is in our format. Okay, where you have it in your section C. All right, paper 2, section C. I'm pretty sure all of you know this. Okay, and it comprises of 25 marks. So that is not almost, it is actually half of your question. Okay? Right. The next one. Are you ready? Okay. So the focus of our lesson today is going to be 3 main things. All right? The first thing is your template style writing. Okay? Now, the students who have been under me, they know what I'm trying to tell about here. Okay? They know what I'm trying to say. All right? So we'll be looking at template style writing. Okay? The next thing is effective vocabulary. Okay? Vocabulary means, I'm pretty sure you have heard this many times, the words that you use for your essay. Okay? Are they efficient? Are they correct? Or are they effective enough to share your ideas? Okay? And the next one, yes, your well-crafted paragraphs. Okay? Now, all these are the focus for our lesson today. All right? Now, what do you have in an essay actually? What is the framework of your essay? All right? So, the first things first, you have your introduction. All right? Your content and your closure. Okay? Now, framework, it means your rangka karangan. Okay? So when you're writing an essay, you should know these are the most important things. All right? You need an introduction. And the main thing is your content. And of course, everything has to come to an end with a closure. Now, please bear in mind, all right, that For your introduction, you need 1 paragraph. Okay? For your content, you need 3 paragraphs. And your closure, 1 paragraph. So in total, you'll be having 5 paragraphs. Now, why do you need so many? All right, you can ask me, Madam, my teacher only tells me to write in 3 paragraphs. Okay, now, the concrete reason for this is, all right, your ideas will be arranged neatly for your examiner or for the teacher to read through. Okay, your ideas will be presented in a neat way. All right, and it will be easy for you to know whether you have completed all this section or not. All right, let's move on. Did you get what I'm trying to say? I hope so. All right. Now, this is the example of what you have in your section C, your paper 2, section C, essay paper. Okay, this will be either question 2 or question 1 for SK, but it's okay. Let's just focus on our SJK paper. Right. So the first thing is you will actually have the instruction. Okay, what are you supposed to do? And you have 3 pictures with the words given. Okay, so this will be picture number 1, picture number 2, and picture number 3. So we will be looking into these pictures and these words, these question today. Okay, so I hope you are actually like taking down notes so that you know what am I talking about. All right, you don't want to be stuck later on. Okay, all right, now let's move on. So before you begin an essay, all right, the first thing that you need to do is, of course, read the question's requirement. What is the question actually asking you to do? All right, so you have this. This is the question that you always see when it comes to your essay writing. Okay, so I'll read it out for you. Write a story based on the pictures below. You may use the words given to help you. Write your answer in the space provided. Write your story between 80 to 100 words. Okay, so this is the typical question that you have for your essay writing. Now, I know many of you just overlook this. Now, why is this important? Okay, the first thing is you have to write a story based on the pictures given below. You cannot stray away from the pictures. Okay, what do you have in that picture? It has to be about that. All right, the next one, you may use the words given. Okay, meaning, let's say you do not know a few words from that story given. Okay, you don't have to use the words. You can replace it with something which you are much more comfortable with. Okay, now this one has been in the format since 2016. Okay, so you may use the words given, not you must. All right, next, 80 to 100 words. Yes, you cannot go more, not 200, not 300. Okay, so remember 80 to 100 words. Now, the allowed extra words are only 10. So you can go up to 110. Okay, but to be on the safe side, just maintain it inside 100. Okay, so I hope you get that. The next one, understand the words given. Yes, this is very important so that you know what you're going to write. Okay, so as I told you just now, you have 3 words. Okay, the first one is, 3 pictures. All right, and the words for each of it. So this is the first one, the second one, and the third one. Okay, so these are the words given to you, and you are supposed to understand them. Okay, like I said, if you don't understand it, no worries. Remember, you may use the words given. Okay, so it is not compulsory for you to use it. Okay, but make sure at least you use most of it. Don't just miss out any of it. All right, so I hope that's clear for you. Let's move on. This is very important. All right, now identify the subject and pronouns. Okay, subject. So what is subject? Not your English, not your maths, all right, not your science subject. Subject means who are the characters in the story. Okay, so characters, remember that those are the subject. Okay, so in this story, I'm going to put out the pictures for you so you can see them. So this is picture number 1. So we can see a lady is there. Okay. Picture number 2, you can see the lady is still there and there's a little girl here. And picture number 3, you have the fireman. Okay. So I'm going to assume this girl is Siti. I'm going to name her Siti because Siti is the most simplest name that you can remember and you won't go wrong with the spelling of the name. Okay. And I will assume this is Siti's mother. So we have Siti's mother, Siti, and fireman. Now, please remember this, fireman, because it is in the plural form. Okay, you have 2 firemen here. All right, so it is fireman, not fireman. All right, so we have our characters already. All right, the next one, let's go to our pronouns. Okay, what is pronouns? Okay, pronouns replaces the characters. Remember we had our 3 characters, Siti, Siti's mother, and fireman. Okay, now this is very important. Okay, I always advise my students to actually remember this. Okay, this is the table of pronouns. We have subjective, objective, possessive, and reflexive. Now don't worry, oh my God, I got to remember all this. Yes, you have, because you have been learning this since year 1. Okay, but let me tell you something. When it comes to essay writing, okay, you will be writing, or it is advisable for you to write in a third person's view. Okay, in a third person's view. All right, that means you should not be in the story. Okay, you are going to be telling the story. You are the storyteller. Okay, right. So the first thing is, all right, let's look at he. All right, so we use he, we use she, her, hers, herself, and we have they, them, theirs, and themselves. Okay, so why am I highlighting this? It is because these are in the third person's view. Remember, you are the storyteller. Okay, all right. Now, remember our characters, Siti's mother, Siti, and the fireman. Okay, so Siti's mother is a woman. Siti is a girl. So we will be using she, her, hers, herself. Okay, there you go. So under the category of she, remember this. And the firemen, remember I told you they are in the plural form. So this will be under they. Okay, you get that? Remember, you need to introduce, you need to know the characters and what are the pronouns that you're going to use, because this is going to be under subject later on. Okay, let's move on. Now, when I mentioned about template style writing, all right, now this is what I use in my school with my students, and it helps them amazingly. All right, now TSVO sentence pattern. So, what is it? Something which I'm pretty sure your teacher has guided you to. Okay, so we have our time, subject, verb, and object. So, what are you going to put in this? Okay, first thing is time connective words. Okay, for example, one afternoon, suddenly, in the midst of cooking, out of the blue. So, these actually tells you the time that something is happening to someone. Okay, all right, now there are hundreds of time connective words. So where do you find all these words? You can actually Google them. Okay, they have lots of it. Okay, and you can use it to suit your essay writing. All right, now let's move on to subject. Subject, as I told you, is the character. So the character in our story will be Siti, her mother, the fireman. Okay, so this will be under subject. The next one, let's look at verb. What is verb? Verb is action words. Okay, as you say in Bahasa Melayu, kata kerja. All right, so was talking, was cooking, put out. So these are the examples of action words that you will be writing under verb. Okay, now let's look at object. So under object, we have nouns, adverbs, and etc., where you put in the extra words to make your sentence complete. So we have on the telephone, in the kitchen, the fire. All right. So you have your noun here, and your noun here. Okay. Now remember, this is for practice purpose only. You won't be doing this table in your exam. Okay, this is for you to practice so that you will be able to write correct sentence. Okay, so did you get it? So remember, this is our template style writing. Okay, and we'll be using this TSVO pattern throughout our lesson today. Right, let's move on to introduction. Remember I told you about the framework? Yes, so the first one will be introduction. Okay, so what do you do in the introduction? Of course, you need to introduce the main character. So who is the main character in this story? I'm pretty sure you know who it is. Okay, now in your introduction, you will be having 2 sentences only. Okay, limit your sentences only 2. Okay, and it has to be in present tense. Okay, your introduction is in present tense. Remember that. And 1 paragraph, like I told you previously. All right, so these are very important. Right. So I'm going to be looking at this picture because I want to make this person as my main character, which is Siti. Okay. Now, if you look at this character, she's actually on the phone. So she loves talking on the phone. So I'm going to describe my main character in my introduction. So let's say a person who likes to talk. What do you call them? Chatty girl. Okay, so Siti is a chatty girl. Chatty is a very important word. I'll tell you why later. Okay, this is an adjective. Okay, so we are actually describing Siti as a chatty girl. Why? That will be in your second sentence. All right, there you go. She often gets carried away when she talks on the phone. Okay, so your second sentence is the reason. All right, okay, let me repeat. Our main character is Siti. And if you look at this picture, she is actually enjoying herself on the phone. She's talking to her friend on the phone. So I'm going to label her, I'm going to describe her as a chatty girl. She loves to talk. Okay, and this is an adjective. All right, so your first sentence is going to be using an adjective. Now, for your second sentence, why do you say that she's a chatty girl? All right, so because she often gets carried away. That means when she's on the phone, she loses her concentration. All right, she gets so involved in. So that is my reason. All right, so remember, two sentences. So we have it, 1 and 2. This is for introduction. Okay, and as you can see, present tense, I've used the word is, often gets. So it is in present tense. And paragraph, how are you going to write this in a paragraph? Let's move on. Okay, so as I told you, our TSVO subject comes under Siti. Verb is object, a chatty girl. All right, so you get that? The next one, she often gets carried away. Now, this is a verb for you there. When she talks on the telephone. Okay? So let's put it in a paragraph. All right, so this is your notebook. All right, let's assume this is your notebook. Okay, there you go. Siti is a chatty girl. She often gets carried away when she talks on the phone. So this is in a paragraph, one paragraph. Okay? So did you get it? Yes? Good job. So high five. Good job. All right. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me in the chat session later. Okay? So let's move on. So let's look at our content. Now, content is very important. Okay? Because we have not gone into the 3 pictures yet. Okay? So this is where it happens. Now, under content, you will be having 3 paragraphs. Okay? The first one, the second one, and the third one. Now, when you go into the content, you are going to be using the words given to you. Okay? Meaning your introduction previously, you have to come up by yourself. But don't worry, okay? I've already guided you, and I'm pretty sure you get the idea. Okay, so let's move on. The first picture, okay, is going to be in 1 paragraph. Okay, the next one, picture number 2, 1 paragraph. Picture number 3, 1 paragraph. So in total, you have 3 paragraphs for your content. Okay? All right. Now, we will be going one by one. Don't worry. All right. Let's go to content 1, which is going to be talking about the first picture. Now we are going to be getting into it. Okay. So if you look, this is the first picture. All right. And the words given, mother, kitchen, roast, party, evening. Okay. So I have my TSVO template with me. All right. Now I'm going to be putting these words into my template. So mother is under subject. Kitchen, I'm going to put it under object. roast, it is a verb. Party and evening under object. Now, evening, I'm not going to be putting it in front for time. Okay? I want it at the back because it will make my sentence much more meaningful later on. Okay, so let's go. We have to fill in for time, verb, and object here. Okay, so we will have one afternoon. This is for your time. So you're going to begin with one afternoon. Now remember, whenever you're writing time, okay, when you're writing the time connective words, remember to put in your comma. All right, because I tend to see many students who leaves out the comma. Okay, this is very important because you're having a pause there. All right, so one afternoon, you have your comma. And we have our subject already, but mother, whose mother? Siti's mother, that's right. Okay, so we have Siti's mother. Okay, so what is she doing? She was busy kitchen. Let's add in the kitchen. So there you have a complete sentence. One afternoon, Siti's mother was busy in the kitchen. Okay? And let's look at the picture. Yes, she is busy, right? She looks busy anyways. Okay, let's move on to the next one. She. All right, remember our pronouns that we went through just now? We are still referring to Siti's mother. Now, you don't have to repeat the same word. Okay? You don't have to say Siti's mother, Siti's mother, Siti's mother. No. Okay? Now, what's going to happen there is when you keep on repeating the same words, it does not make the story sound good. Okay? There's no flow in it. So that's why we use pronoun. She. Okay? So she, we have the word rose. Now, once you enter your content, you have to be using your past tense. Okay? So the word roast is not in past tense. So this is where you do your trick. Wanted to roast. Okay? I'm pretty sure you know what's the meaning of roast, right? Okay. So what she wanted to roast. That's where you're going to put in the object. If you look at the picture, what can you see? What can you see? Yes, very good. You can see a chicken. Very good. Okay, so she wanted to roast a chicken. And what is it for? For a party. Very good. Okay, a chicken for a party. Now, evening. So which evening is it going to be? Later that evening. Okay, now let's look at our sentence. She wanted to roast a chicken for a party later that evening. Now, the word later that evening means, remember I mentioned one afternoon. So the party is going to be that evening. Okay, parts of the day. Okay, so this is for content 1. Okay, all the words used are based on the picture. Okay, right. And we have quite a number of good vocabulary here. Okay, right. So how are you going to put this in one paragraph? Remember, it's going to be in one paragraph. Okay, so if you manage to get this right, you did great. Good job. Okay, let's move on. So we're going to put this in one paragraph. There you go. So we already have our introduction. Remember we did this just now? Yes. So let's add in our content 1. Okay. So we have one afternoon. Siti's mother was busy in the kitchen. She wanted to roast a chicken for a party later that evening. Okay. So you get that? So can you see we have got our introduction, content 1. Good job, everybody. Let's move on to content 2. Okay, so content 2 is based on what? Which picture do you think it is? Yes, you got it right. It's picture number 2. Very good. Okay, so let's look at the words given. Fruits, ask, check, chicken, talking. All right, so if you can see, look at the picture. This is the one that I showed you just now. Our friend is busy talking on the phone, and her mother is like, she's going out somewhere. Okay, so I think you get the idea. Now, content number 2 is very important because you need a flow in your story. Okay, you need to explain what is happening here and why is she going out. As you can see, she's holding the doorknob here. She's about to go somewhere. Okay, so we have our template ready. Okay, so let's put in the words given here into our template. So we have fruits under object, asks under verb, check also under verb, chicken under object, talking under verb. Okay, so if you're able to identify all these words and where does it belong, good job. You're actually getting the hang of it. Okay, so how are you going to do it? I'm going to add in my time here. So I'm going to assume that suddenly she remembered something. So in the midst of cooking. Now I love this word because it's just like suddenly while you're doing something, you remember that you need to do something much more important. Okay, so while you're doing something, that is the meaning of this word, phrase. Okay, now let's put in our subject. So who was cooking? Obviously, her mother. Okay, I'm going to use her. Okay, I do not want to mention the word Siti's mother. Okay, so let's just go with her mother. Remember our pronouns? Yeah. So verb, remembered that she needed. So what does she need? Fruits. Okay, she needed fruits. That's why she's going out. Can you see this? So I'm actually referring to the picture again. So which is good because we have to write based on the picture. Remember? Okay, so remembered that she needed. These will be under verb. So can you see the word fruits here? It is actually in a plural form. So I'm going to add in a quantifiers here, some. Okay? And 2. Okay, so she needed fruits too. All right? So let's check our sentence. In the midst of cooking, her mother remembered that she needed some fruits too. All right, so she needed fruit. So that's why she is heading out. Remember? Yeah. Let's move on to the next one. So ask, check. So who asked? Obviously, I'm going to put in a time again before leaving to the market because that's where we get fruits, right? So before leaving to the market, so she's about to leave. Before leaving, she, referring to the mother, asked whom? Siti to check. Remember the word check, it's in present tense. So we add the word to before it. Okay, and we already have one here that is already in past tense. So let's make it right. Ask Siti to check. Check what? On the chicken. So check on the chicken means that, remember, she has already put in the chicken. She's about to roast the chicken just now. So let's assume that she has already put it into the oven and she wants Siti to check on the chicken. Okay, I'm going to add in a conjunction here. But. Okay? Who was talking? But Siti, can you see Siti here? Yeah, so we're going to talk about her now. Was busy talking. Yes. Okay, but Siti was busy talking on the telephone. So the mother actually told her, okay, to check on the chicken, but she was busy talking on the telephone. So if you look at these sentences, okay, this sentence is actually a compound sentence because you have already added the word but. You have joined two sentences here. So you don't need to actually add one and another one down there. Okay? All right. Now, these kind of sentences are the ones that are actually going to help you to get good marks. Okay? So let's. All right. So did you get it? Am I going too fast? Am I going too slow? All right. Or am I going at the right pace? I hope so. Okay, so good job, guys. I think you're actually catching up. Good job. Okay, so let's put them in one paragraph again. So this is your notebook, remember? We have already completed our introduction. Content 1. Now our content 2. There you go. Can you see such a beauty? Can you see that? You have already got everything arranged nicely and neatly in paragraphs. Okay? So this is for content 2. All right? Now, if you see, I've actually highlighted the important words in green. Okay? So why did I do that? I'll explain to you later on. Okay? Don't worry. So are you ready to move on to content 3? So which one are we going to be talking about in content 3? Which picture? Any guesses? Yes, very good. Picture number 3. All right. So in picture number 3, our final picture, all right, we have our fireman there. Okay. And the words given are smelled, burning, called, fire, brigade, apologize. Sorry, fire, brigade, apologize. That's the right way. Don't read it as fire, brigade. No. Okay, you know what's a fire brigade? I'm pretty sure you know. Yes, that's where the firemen are. They'll be waiting for you. Okay, they'll be waiting for the calls if there's a case of an emergency or there's a case of a fire. Okay, it is the station. We always mention it as fire station. Okay, the right word is actually fire brigade. Okay, and apologize. So let's put all these words into our beautiful template. There you go. Okay, so we have smelt, burning, called. So this will be under verb. Okay? Fire brigade under object because it is a noun. Okay? A place. Yeah. Now, if you notice, I would not use the word apologize yet. I want to use the word apologize at the end of the story where I'm going to put it in my closure. Okay? So let's talk about this incident first. Okay? Right. So, smelt. So I'm pretty sure you know how the story is going. Okay? Once the mother has left, our friend was busy talking on the telephone. And what happened to the chicken? Out of the blue. Yes. I love this phrase. Okay? Out of the blue. I'm pretty sure you use this a lot as well. So out of the blue means suddenly, all of a sudden. What happened? Who smelled what? Yes, Siti, our subject. Smelled what? Burning. Something burning because she was too busy talking on the telephone. She forgot that there was a chicken in the oven, right? Something burning. All right, so out of the blue, Siti smelled something burning. Where? In the kitchen. So something was actually burning in the kitchen. Okay? All right. Let's move on to the next one. So, cold. Of course, if there is something burning, you would not be sitting with both legs up on the sofa and just waiting for it to go down, right? So, it's a quick action there. I'm going to put in a time. Immediately, yes. Okay, immediately means quickly. Okay, so who called? She. I'm not going to use the word city, so I've replaced with a pronoun she. She called the fire brigade. Okay, or you can also, if you do not know how to use the word called, you can also say she dialed the emergency line. She dialed for the fire brigade. Okay, so if you're comfortable in using the word called, just go on with it. Okay, so did you get it? We have the sentences here. All right, now I'm going to continue. This is just to make the flow good. All right, because I do not want to just mention that she called. And as you can see in this picture, the fire brigade is actually doing their job in putting out the fire. All right. So I'm going to use the word luckily. Okay. Because she was lucky enough that the fireman came there. Right. Okay. So luckily, my subject here will be the fireman. All right. As you can see in the picture, the fireman managed to put out. Now, the word put out here is a very common word when you talk about firemen and fire. Okay, put out means to stop the fire, to shut down the fire, okay, to off the fire. All right, so manage to put out the fire. Okay, that's a beautiful sentence over there. So there is a link to each sentence. Okay, did you get that? Am I going too fast? I think I'm going okay. All right. So, wow, you guys managed to come up to content 3 already. Good job. All right. Now let's put them in one paragraph. Okay. So we have our notebook here again. We have our introduction, content 1, content 2, and now, ta-da, our content 3. Yes. Oh my God, look at that. So beautifully done. Can you see? Each idea is presented beautifully, neat. All right? Now, something is not there. Yes, good job. Our closure. Okay, so what do you have in your closure? All right, this is where you conclude the essay. Conclude means to finish, okay, to settle things up, okay, to actually come to a conclusion, okay, of how the story is going to end. So, how are you going to end it? Yes. So, remember the word apologized that we had in picture 3? I'm going to use it there, okay? So, who apologized? Siti apologized to her mother for her carelessness. Now, if you do not know the word carelessness, it's okay. You can actually write Siti apologized to her mother. Okay? Now, I always encourage my students to actually conclude the essay in one sentence. Now, because in this case, we brought one word here to conclude our essay, it's okay. I'm going to come up with this one, my favorite, which I always tell my students to do. All right. It was an unforgettable incident for her. All right. So, can you see the link there? She apologized to her mother for her carelessness, and it was an unforgettable incident for her. Okay. The word unforgettable incident means something which you cannot forget, something which haunts you, okay, something which stays in your mind. Now, you cannot use the word memorable, okay, because this is something which you're not going to cherish, okay, unless you're going to the zoo. Now, that will be a memorable experience. But this one is something about an incident which you do not want to happen again, okay, which should not be happening again. So, Unforgettable. Okay, so let's put them up in one paragraph. Okay, so your notebook again, your introduction, content 1, content 2, and content 3, and the final part, your closure. So if you look at this is a beautiful essay, children. Okay, you have everything done neatly. So if you look, your introduction is in one paragraph, the content 1, content 2, content 3, and your closure. So you have beautifully presented all your ideas. Okay? And it is looking very neat. So when your teacher goes about in correcting you, in guiding you, she can actually look at all these in peace. Okay? Not everything jumbled up. Okay? So nicely done. Good job. Give yourself a pat on the back. Okay? Good job. Okay, now let's look at effective vocabulary. Now, if you realize, okay, in the essay that we have done just now, we have got through a lot of words, some new words, some common word. Now, I love to make my students find effective vocabulary, find synonyms of words. Okay, now the word chatty girl. All right, remember we had it in our introduction. Yes, so instead of using chatty girl, you can use chatty person. Okay, chatty girl, chatty person. All right, now gets carried away. Remember I told you. All right, this is also in your introduction. So the word gets carried away means gets overly involved. Okay, so instead of using get carried away, you can use this. All right, later that evening. Now, I do not want to mention the word evening. So let's say I use that was long overdue. I love this word. Okay, the next one, in the midst of. Okay, in the midst of cooking, in the midst of washing, in the midst of watching television. All right, it means that you are doing the action and something is about to happen at that time. So while at it, you can use this to replace in the midst of. All right, before leaving. Now, this was in our second picture, remember? You can use before heading out. Okay? Now, suddenly, a word which is very common. So, you can change it to out of the blue, all of a sudden. Okay? Even though out of the blue is actually a common word also right now. But yeah, you can see how it suits your essay. The next one, immediately. Okay, remember the action where she was about to call the fire brigade. You can change to at once, in an instant. Okay? All right. Luckily. You can change to fortunately or blessed enough. All right? And the next one will be carelessness, negligence. Now, why am I showing you this? Okay, because when you have effective vocabulary, it shows that you know what you are doing, you know what you're writing, and you know how to express your ideas on the story effectively, all right, and in a good way, in a good manner, all right? And these kind of words are actually very useful for other essays that you write too. Okay, now let's look. Now, this is the essay that we wrote together. Remember? So, I'm going to show you. Can you see this? 110 words. Exactly 110 words. Okay? With all your simple words. Now, I'm going to change all these green ones. Okay? And I'm going to put it into the same story into the same essay with the words that we actually found, which is much more suitable, or I would say stronger to express your opinion and your ideas on the story. So here you go. Okay? So I'm going to teach you one way. There's a trick, that's this tip and tricks on how you can actually get 110 words into 103 words. Can you see that or not? All right. So using effective vocabulary actually reduces the number of words. Okay. And it does not disrupt your flow of idea. So let's look at the first one. Oops, sorry. Let's look at the first one. Siti is a chatty girl. Okay. So I have put it into a contraction. Cities. Can you see the apostrophe S there? Yes, I've done that. Because city is 1, 2. 2 words. Okay? So I've put it like this, and this way it is 1 word. So Siti's a chatty person. Okay? She often gets carried away. So that's the one we have done. She gets overly involved. Okay, when she's on the phone. So I have removed she talks, the word talks. So I've put when she's on the phone. Okay, it did not disrupt the meaning of the sentence. It still means the same. Okay, the next one. One afternoon, all that is the same. All right, for a party later that evening. For a party that was long overdue. Okay, can you see that? So that's why the mother was busy preparing. All right. Okay, the next one. In the midst of cooking, I've changed to while at it. All right. Her mother remembered. Okay, the word remembered can be changed with the word recalled that she needed some fruits too. Okay. Before leaving to the market, before heading out, I've also changed that. All right. So the word but, I remained it because it's a conjunction that is needed in the sentence. Siti was busy talking. I've changed with the word Siti was engaged on the telephone. So the word engaged means she is busy doing something. So in this case, she was busy talking. Can you see that? All right. The word suddenly for content 3, I've changed to all of a sudden. Okay. And the word immediately, I have changed to at once. Okay? Did you get that? Am I going too fast? Okay, I think you get it, yeah. All right, the next one, the word luckily, I've changed to fortunately. Okay? And this is the one that I want to show you. The fireman managed to put out. Remember we discussed this? Now I have changed it to succeeded in putting out. It means that, yay, they have done the job well. So succeeded in putting out the fire. Okay? Did you get that? Okay, if you're writing it down, go ahead. You can write it down. Don't worry. All right? Okay. So Siti apologized to her mother for her carelessness. It was an unforgettable incident for her. The closure here, I've made it into one sentence. Siti learned her lesson. Okay, not the lesson that we are doing now. Okay, it means that she has learned her lesson. Okay, that means whatever that she has done, yes, that was not supposed to be done. All right, so she learned her lesson and apologized to her mother for her negligence. Okay, carelessness, negligence. So these are the words that you can actually use to convey your ideas in getting your story much more interesting. Okay, so this is how effective vocabulary works its magic. All right, as you can see, we only have 103 words. Don't worry, you are still safe. Okay, and I'm pretty sure if you are able to do this, okay, you will score a good mark for your section C. Okay, you will actually get good marks for your section C. All right, and not only for your mark's sake, all right, you can actually improve your writing. All right, not only for your year 4, year 5, year 6, but as you go on for your secondary, it improves. Okay, and also not only that, it enables you to actually speak correct sentences. Okay, and you will be able to convey your messages and also your ideas in appropriate ways, in a neat form. All right, so I hope throughout this lesson, remember we had 3 important focus. The first one is our template style writing. Now remember, template style writing needs to be practiced throughout. The first time will be a little bit difficult, but as you go on with it, it will be very simple for you. Okay, so we have covered full on this. The next one is effective vocabulary, which we just did just now. Okay, we just did that. Now, how do you get effective vocabulary? How do you find words that could replace the words that you use in your essay? Very simple. You can actually go up to Google and you can actually type the word synonym list. Okay, trust me, there are thousands of words that you can actually come up with, and you can actually use them in your essay. So don't use the common words. Okay, something common is not special. So come up with something strong and bold. All right, so it will make your story much more interesting to read. The next one will be your well-crafted paragraphs. Now remember, we have already discussed each frame. All right, we have our introduction where you have 1 paragraph, your content that comprises of the 3 pictures, you have 3 paragraphs, and your closure, you will have 1 paragraph. So in total, you have 5 paragraphs. All right, and your ideas will be presented beautifully. All right, so we have completed all of this. Good job, guys. Good job. All right, so I hope this video, this lesson will actually be beneficial for you in order for you to write good, worthy essays. All right, worthy essays in the sense of you know what you're writing, and when you present it, it is good enough. All right, it is good. All right, so I hope whatever that we have done today, all right, you can go through it. And also those who have jot down notes, good job. You can actually try and you can actually practice with other questions, not only the one that I've presented, but you can actually try this with other question sets. Okay, and of course your template style writing, that is very important. Okay, all right, so right. So before we end our session today, let's look at our chat section. Okay, anybody has any question? Anyone? All right, so it's Q&A session. So if you have any questions, you can ask me here. All right, we have another 2 more minutes to go before we end our session. So if you want to ask me anything, you can ask me here. All right, no questions. Wow, so I did a good job then. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for actually joining me today. Okay, this is something which I really wanted to do for our students because essay writing is something not uh, done so much. Okay, because everyone is more into grammar and comprehension and all that. So when it comes to essay writing, you really need to know the technique of how are you going to write. Okay. Okay, there's one question here. We can write more than 3 paragraphs. Yes, Manushri Surendran. Yes, Amma, you can actually write more than 3, but don't go more than 5. Okay, the maximum limit is 5. That's why I limited mine to 5. Okay, don't go more than that. Okay. How can write similes and essays? Yeah, sure, you can actually, but I do not encourage similes because it tends to take more word count. For example, we have the word as quick as lightning. Okay, so as quick as lightning is actually 4 words. All right, so you can actually just use the word quickly. Okay, all right. I understand. Okay, yes. Thank you. Thank you. As I really hope that whatever that I've given you is beneficial. Good job. Thank you for your information, teacher. You are most welcome. All right. Kavita Maniam. Noted. Thank you, teacher. You're very much welcome. No worries. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? Ask me. This is where you ask me. I like this class. Thank you so much. Good. I'm actually happy that you actually enjoyed it. Teacher, got any quiz? I'm sorry, Amma. Selva Kumari Veerapan. No. Um, I do not encourage using quiz to actually go through with essay. I mean, there are techniques, but when it comes to essay writing, the first thing is you need to know how are you going to do it. Okay, maybe later on you can actually do matching in sentence parts and all that. Okay. Okay, let's look at the next one. I thought I saw something here. Hold on, give me a sec. Teacher, how about proverb? Okay, yes, you can actually use proverb in your closure as well. Okay, it is advisable where you are supposed to link your proverb with your story. Okay, okay, good. I understand. I like this video. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Negligent. Okay. Darshan. Okay. Darshan. The word negligent means callous. Something which you do carelessly. Okay. So that's what we call negligent. Okay. Are you going to give any more online classes? Yes, sure. I hope that I can actually come up with more classes like this so I can actually share what I have and what I've been doing with my students, with everyone, with all of you here. Okay? Okay, all right. Teacher, how to write closure? Are you Amma? Okay, your closure is actually your conclusion. Okay, the end of the story. So uh sorry, like what we have done just now. Okay, at the end of the story, what is the அதாவது முடிவு உங்களோட முடிவு என்னது? Okay, there goes my Tamil. My Tamil is coming out. So at the end of the story, how does the story end? Okay, that's how you do it. Okay, I can suggest to you, it was, use that simple sentence that I taught you. Okay, it was an unforgettable incident. It was an unforgettable day. All right, come up with just one simple sentence for yourself, for your essay. That will be good. Okay, do not write too much in your closure. Teacher, can write 120 words? No, please do not go more than that. Okay, because your marks will be deducted. Okay, please try to maintain into the word limit. Okay. All right. Teacher, sorry. I can understand this class. Oh, that's good. That's very good. Okay, we had a good time with you, teacher. Very good. Oh, thank you so much. I really hope you are, you enjoyed, you got all the information that you need. Okay. Any more questions? Teacher, tomorrow have class or not? I will try my best to actually deliver what I have to you in the most soonest time. Okay. As I can. Okay, as I can prepare. All right. All right. Can I tamba simile? Oh my god. Okay, yeah. As I told you, simile will take up more words. Okay, tiru many. Yeah. So simile takes up a lot of words. So I do not advise you to use similes that much. Okay. Okay, let's go on. Any other question? Okay, coming back to the word count. If you're able to write inside 100, very good job. But if you're using effective vocabulary, I'm pretty sure it will go up to 105, 106. Okay, that is where you need to actually be careful. Okay, as long as your essay is good, do not exceed 110. Don't go more than 110. I do not want that. Okay, we do not want that as well. Don't go more than 110. All right. Mageshwari Murugan, hi! A very good explanation. Thank you so much. I really hope it is beneficial for your child, for your children, and everybody. Okay. Okay. Can I write any name for the subject? I like the way you teach. Okay. When it comes to subject, I advise my students to actually write simple names. For example, if it's a boy, I suggest the word Ali. Okay. But you have to be careful. All right. And if it's a girl, I'll go with Siti. Okay. Because those names are easier to remember. Okay. You don't have to remember long names and all. And avoid using names like Lim Kit Siang, Anthony Josh, and all that. Because names as well, all right, they will actually take up your word count. So don't do that. Keep it simple. Okay. All right. Any more questions? Teacher, can we write moral of the story? Yes. This is actually, it can be done in your closure. So like, um, if you're actually like using this story, for example, the story that we have done, you can actually say the moral of the story, okay, Siti learned her lesson and it is a good lesson for all of us as well. Okay, the moral of the story will be we have to be aware all the time. Okay, we have to listen to our parents, we have to listen. So these kind of moral of the story, you can actually write it in your essay, but make sure it links to your story. Okay, it links to your story. All right. Teacher, can we write in 3 paragraphs? Actually, Titya Lakshmi Manimaran. Yes, Amma. You can actually write in 3 paragraphs. Now, I suggest my students to actually write in 5 paragraphs because I want the ideas to be presented neatly. Okay, neatness is very important. And of course, we come across, as teachers, we come across multiple designs of handwriting, okay, variations of handwriting. So when you write it in 5 paragraphs, okay, in smaller sections, it is easier for us to see, easier for us to mark. Okay, so it is actually neat. The word neatness, actually. So you can actually write in 3 paragraphs. If you have a beautiful handwriting, why not? Okay, but yeah, 5 is the way that I do it. Okay, Amma? Okay, teacher, I understand. Thank you very much. Okay, you are most welcome. Very good. Okay. Okay, nice explanation. Thank you so much. 6 paragraph. No, Samita, please do not go up to 6. Okay, maintain it. The maximum, just keep it at 5. Okay, don't write too much because when you're going into 6 paragraph, your word count is going to go bizarre. Okay. Okay. Teacher, this lesson is very helpful for UPSR and more. Thank you so much. Good vibes, good vibes. Yes, good vibes. Okay, so as I mentioned, I was actually focusing on UPSR students actually, but this is actually a practice for year 4, year 5. The year 4 students can actually start doing this now. It's going to be very helpful for them. Okay, so yeah. All right, nice explanation. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, any other questions? Tanisha Reddy. Madam, I thank you for your explanation. I miss you. Thank you so much. That's actually my student, you know. All right. Good job. Good job. All right. You guys actually got whatever that I was actually doing. Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, there's one here. Teacher, can we add idioms? Okay. Yes, you can. If it links to your story, why not? You can do it. Yes. Okay. This video will repeat again. Okay. Yes. Don't worry. You can actually view this video for practice, or if you want to go through it to actually learn step by step, where you want to pause and watch and then you want to write it in your book and everything, you can do that. You can always go to my channel and you can watch the video, no problem, it will be there. Okay. All right. Okay, so I think that's all. Yes. Teacher, can I, if I can use paribhasa? Paribhasa, your paribhasa is in BM, okay? For English, we use proverb. Yes, you can use your proverb in the closure if you can. Okay, you can actually. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, we have another one. Kaliswari. Teacher, can we? Yeah, like I said, you can use proverbs actually. It's no harm. All right. But it has to be linked to your story. And if possible, do not use too many, because I tend to see many students using too many proverbs. Okay. And it actually messes up your essay. So limit to actually one. That's all. Okay. Okay. What is my channel name? Okay, I am not going to promote my channel or anything, but as you can see, if you put in my full name, okay, my name is Vijayamalar Gunushakran, you can find me there. Okay, I don't have any specific channel or anything. I just do this for the benefits of my students and for all the students, Tamil school students who, who are out there. Okay, I'm ready to help you all. So yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. And I hope that this lesson has actually done more good than bad. I hope to all the students out there. And I'm sure you have got an idea of how we can actually do right in proper paragraphs and the words that we use and everything. Like I've said, the three focus that we have done. Okay. So, yeah. All right. So last one. Any extra notes? No. I do not have any extra notes so far, but my video is going to be the notes for you. So follow that. Okay. Okay. All right. So I think that's all. I don't see any other questions coming in. So I would like to thank everyone who spent almost 1 hour and 15 minutes so far watching me in this live online lesson. And also to all my well wishers out there, thank you so much. Without you guys, we wouldn't have done this as well. And I hope this video will be very useful to all of you. All right. So thank you so much and good night. Bye.